Coming up on Sports Weekly, we'll take you out to San Manuel Stadium for the home opening series for the Sixers against Ontario. Plus, we'll check in with Jasmine Benson, the former San G star leading Norco College against the University of Redlands in women's flag football. Plus, big changes in store for the Pacific Pirates and the Mountain Valley League as they join forces with the River Valley League for the upcoming football season. We'll get our first look at the new conference and big-time boys volleyball action as Arroyo Valley, first place right now in the San Andreas League, took on Rim of the World. That's next here on Sports Weekly on IEMG, and it starts right now. Well, here we go. Welcome, everyone, to Sports Weekly on IEMG. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. Make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. In this segment, we got a big-time boys volleyball match, highlights from that one, plus a little softball, a little baseball as well. All right, we're going to start with the first place Arroyo Valley boys volleyball team, first place in the San Andreas League. In fact, they've only dropped one game in league play so far, and that was against Rim of the World. Well, the Hawks, they got another crack at Rim of the World in SAL play. There is head coach Jose Barajas, the mastermind, the architect behind this resurgence of Arroyo Valley volleyball, girls and boys. Boys in this case right here. They lost to Rim of the World 3-1 back on March 12th, but a good strong start here for the Hawks. Carlos Torres-Gil, the ace, then Ivan Gutierrez to Brandon Navarro. We were tied at 19 in the opening frame, and then Navarro again. You can't stop it. A big-time kill there for Navarro. This is still in the first. Now, Rim serving, and they're going to go right back to Navarro, and why not? Another point there for Navarro and the Hawks, and they would take the first set by a final score of 25-20. Here is set point, and this would seal the deal right there as that ball's going to fall in. 25-20, the Hawks take the first set. We go now to the second, and Arroyo Valley would continue this strong start. In fact, they would dominate Rim of the World in the second frame. Arroyo Valley up 3 when Navarro gets another point. It was 16-4. Hawks in front coming up with Navarro, another kill in this match. He is one of the top players in the area, and he was really showing why in this match against the Scots. How about this one now? They're up by 14, 16-4. How about this one? The big swing by Navarro, probably my favorite highlight here against the Scots. Navarro, the big swing and the kill. It was everything Arroyo Valley in this one. Again, they lost to Rim of the World in their first meeting back on March 12th, so about a month ago. They avenged that loss. First place, Arroyo Valley. They take the second set 25-6, and they complete the 3-game sweep of visiting Rim of the World. So now Arroyo Valley is 11-8 overall. They are 7-1 in the San Andreas League. That was a huge win for Arroyo Valley as they simply overwhelmed the visiting Scots from Rim of the World. So congrats to head coach Jose Barajas and the Hawks. Man, they are playing a very high level right now and in line to win a league championship in the SAL. So congrats to the Hawks. All right, now let's go to the softball diamond, and it is that time of the year when teams are beginning to jockey for position for the playoffs, right? League titles, playoffs, just a couple weeks left of the regular season here for our spring sports. And in the Citrus Belt League, a critical game between the Cajon Cowgirls and the Redlands East Valley Wildcats. Rev up 3-2. The great throw gets the out at first there for Cajon. Now Cowgirls at the plate. They're down by a run. The fly out to the edge of the infield. Nice play there by Rev, and that one is done. Inning over for the Cowgirls. Rev now at the plate. Tough grounder to short, but the good throw across the diamond is in time. They get the out at first. And again, how about another great play? Defense wins championship in Cajon, making the routine plays out there on the diamond. Nice play there again. And then Cajon at the plate. Again, down by 1. It's going to be Andrea Romero. She's going to get on board. So the Cowgirls, they've got something brewing here against the Wildcats. Isabel Ravallo moves the runner to second on the sac bunt. She does her job. There's a runner in scoring position, but I guess it would not matter because Madison Gallardo leaves the yard. A 2-run shot for Gallardo, and Cajon, with one swing of the bat, they take the lead on Redlands East Valley by a score of 4-3. The big-time home run from Gallardo. Now, Rev would come back to tie this game 4-4. The RBI here by Mele Wilson, but this one goes to extra innings, and Cajon does win in 8 innings, 8-5, the final score. So a big win for Cajon on the road at Redlands East Valley, again, as teams begin to find that pecking order right in the league standings and try to get themselves into a playoff spot. All right, that was the softball diamond. Now let's go to the baseball diamond. Big tournament for the Aquinas baseball team at the Boris Classic, the unofficial state tournament to crown a state champion. Well, they had some big wins there, and this one was against J. Sarah. They were the 2023 CIS Southern Section Division I champions. The Falcons beat them 5-4, the final score in that one against J. Sarah. That would send the Falcons to the Boris Classic semifinals, and they would lose to a very good Orange Lutheran team who just won the National High School Invitational Tournament title. The final score against Olu was 8-0. The Falcons did come back, and they played Mater Dei to a 1-run game. They lost that one 6-5, but a strong showing against some Trinity League schools for Coach Carpentier and the Aquinas Falcons out there at the Boris Classic. And finally, from one Ambassador League school to the other, Arrowhead Christian. They were taking on Linfield Christian in league play. The Eagles were down 7-6 in the bottom of the 8th, extra innings down to their final out. The Eags with 4 consecutive singles, including that one by Deegan Martinez to drive in the winning run as ACA pulls off a dramatic win against Linfield Christian, 8-7. The final score in Ambassador League play. Big win there for ACA. All right, when we come back here on Sports Weekly on IEMG, we're going to take you out to San Manuel Stadium for the home opening series for the 66ers. That's next here on Sports Weekly on IEMG.